folks. So today, Captain Paul here. I got Kiko with me today.
How's it going?
Gee, today we're going to talk about how much money the channel makes. But before we get started, here we are riding out the hurricane. So we're in a condo here where Pete works now.
That's where I work, yeah.
And so they offered us a condo, but it's also so Pete could keep an eye on the property and make sure everything's okay throughout the storm, because we're predicted to get here, I don't know, 40, 50 mile an hour wind, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And today, you know, I know this isn't a boating video or something like that. It's more about the channel, because it's really having one of these little niche channels and how much money it actually makes, because you'd be surprised how much money one of these little niche channels make, because I don't even think Pete in the beginning realized it's not the YouTube money, it's not the revenue from YouTube. And when I was here and we started the boating trip and doing the boating trip, you know, I had this big vision that we're gonna have 1 million subscribers, and that the channel was gonna take off. No, it didn't. And you know, but I was focused on it, and
He gave it a hell of a try. I had to punch him down a couple of times.
But the channel does make some money.
Yeah.
It actually makes more money than even he realized it makes. And to tell you the truth, it made a little bit more money than I thought it even made. And I'm going to break the numbers down for you today so that you guys know what's going on. Because one thing that I've learned, you know, I've been doing this for about 5 years now, is you really got to, you know, you'll hear it on more than one YouTube channel, that you really got to get into your niche, and you really got to identify what that niche is and who you're helping and what's going on around you. Because once you do that and once you figure that out, the channel, the revenue isn't about the YouTube money.
Yeah.
But even though the channel does make money from the YouTube, and sorry, I'm gonna look here because I wrote the numbers down, and these numbers are pretty dang close, but they're not perfect because I just broke it down to the nearest $100. They're actually probably just a tad bit higher, because what I came up with is a total of about $78,000 a year is what the channel generates in income. And I'm going to break it down to you in probably about 4 different categories of how it makes money. One is from the YouTube channel itself. That's what YouTube gives me a check for. Those checks can vary anywhere throughout the year, from about $700 for a big one to about $500. That's pretty average. Like I think last month was $465. The one before that was, you know, like $535. And that all has to do with super thanks. That can adjust it a little bit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's usually pretty consistent this last year of right at that $500 mark when you break them down like that. They really, that's what the YouTube channel actually makes. So it's probably just a smidge bit more than $500 a month, but it's real close to that. That's really accurate right there.
Yeah.
And anyway, on this right here too, I also want to point out that I don't have a lot of subscribers on my channel. I'm not doing this video to get subscribers, because really it is about your niche. It really is. And if you're not going to be in my niche, it doesn't really do me any good, you know, to have a subscriber. So when you're watching this video, you know, I mean, you can subscribe and watch some of the videos and see how we grew the channel and how we actually make money on the channel. That's fine. But I really need the people in my niche, so I'm not really doing this video to grab subscribers. But what you can do is hit the bell, and you can leave a comment, and you could hit super thanks if you want to, if you found some good content out of it, and it was something that you enjoyed and you learned something from. You could hit the super thanks. But we're really not looking for subscribers on this video. I'm just explaining how this little channel actually makes some decent money. So one of the ways that another way that we make money on the channel is I am a boat broker. I do sell boats, and so I get a 1099 from my brokerage, and that right there breaks down to about, and this is monthly. You know, my last video was what a shitty broker I am, because I really am. I do sell some boats, and I do get a 1099 from Captain's Choice, and that's about $25,000 a year, or about $2,500 a month. Now that'll come in ranges. Like last month we didn't really sell. Yeah, I did. No, Last month I didn't sell a boat, but the month before I did sell a couple boats and stuff like that. And those commissions are usually, I don't know, some months can be big and some months can be small.
Yeah.
I think, what was it, 2 months ago, we had a pretty decent month where it was like, you know, it was $14,000 month just for, just off the YouTube channel. But that's not like that every month. Because like I said, I break it down here for you for the yearly, which is, again, I'll break it. When I come up with the numbers, it's 78, but it's probably just a little bit tad closer to that. It's probably closer to right at that 100K mark right now, the channel. What'd you say? Yeah, it's about
pretty
right.
close.
Yeah. Even Kiko gets a little bite once in a while.
Got a little cut.
Even Kiko gets a little cut. The other yesterday, he's digging through Shafe because we always keep an envelope in the boat with $5 bills in it. We keep about
For tipping.
Yeah, for tipping. And so I said, hey, I need some. I don't know. I was having the bottom job done, and I wanted to give him
$20. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to give him a little more money. So Pete had to go in the safe. He goes, "What's this 500?" And I go, "Well, that was probably from one of the boat commissions." And I probably gave Pete. But Pete does a lot for the channel too. He's out there, you know, he's behind the scene. He's helping the people. If I'm not at the boat, he's there, you know, meeting the people.
Yeah, I've had to go out and actually help on get a boat. Get it. So I do go out, and now I've set myself up too to where I can do a little traveling if I have to too. Where before I couldn't
do anything.
I was stuck in a job, and now the new job I've got a lot more flexibility.
Especially if you're like a personal connection with the channel, you know who Pete is because he's at the boat with me all the time. And he's helping the people, and they all know him, and they all love him.
Yeah, and I'm more behind the scenes.
Yeah, but he is there. Sorry, I keep looking down here, but okay. So consulting. Now this is pretty average. So a month. Now this is consulting. This is somebody may give me a couple $100 to go look at a boat. Somebody may give me do this, do that. But that's fee I came up with is about $2,000. So that's like Venmo people. There's people that will just, you know, randomly, especially if they get to see us getting ready to go on a trip or something, anything, they'll randomly just send us some money on Venmo or hit the super thanks, hit the, you know, PayPal, all of it. Or I've had people literally just send me checks because I deal with a little bit older crowd and it's kind of weird. But once in a while somebody will ask for my address and they'll literally just send us a check.
Yeah.
So that's that money right there, and it averages about $2,000 a month, and that's really consistent. It's probably even that number may be just a tad bit low too because this month has been a lot more than that. Last month was quite a bit more than that. Those months seem like they're getting more and more filled up, and it, you know, and I'm constantly, you can ask Pete, I am on the phone almost
24/7.
But when I get up in the morning, at which, you know, I would say my prime time hours, probably about 9 a.m. till about, I go to work at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I'm pretty much on the phone from that time till that time, and that's either with text, emails, or on the phone just talking to the different people about different situations.
Yeah.
So whether it's a yacht delivery, whether it's buying a boat, whether it's surveying a boat, you know, all that stuff like that. So that's what that $2,000 is. The next thing that I personally do where I make a little bit of money, this isn't a lot of money, it's probably the least, especially this year. Last year this number was huge because it was a lot of what I concentrate on because I also have a job. And what this video is all about is, you know, like, you know, you had a dream, I lived a dream, I'm living the dream, you know, and I lost my corporate job to COVID. I should probably explain that in the beginning. And then I had to figure out some way to reinvent myself and do this. But it all started long, long ago, 5 years ago, when I actually started this YouTube channel, that I always had this vision of, you know, what was going to happen and how I was going to make a living, because I knew I didn't want to go back to that corporate life. And how could I do that? You know, I'm used to making, you know, I had a six-figure salary, and so I need to make, you know, that 6 figures. It's just where I'm at in life, and that's what I need to do. And the YouTube channel wasn't doing it, but once I figured out my niche and what was going on, you know, it's been pretty consistent these last 2 years. Last year, I pretty much strictly, I never worked for anybody else. This year, I do have a job working at Little Palm, and there's a couple reasons for that. One is to hone my skills as a captain, because we go out right now, you can see this hurricane brewing in the background right here. we go out. If I was scheduled to work today, I would literally be out in this hurricane, driving a boat today in 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. But I'm just not scheduled today. We got a notification from work today. And Pete goes, "You've dodged a bullet on this one." But
what I just want to say, so one of the advantages to doing this for him is he doesn't get to, he's not a fair weather sailor anymore. I use the term sailor, but boat captain. He has to go out no matter what.
Yeah, right.
But it makes him a better captain when he's training. It's a little more. He has to realize to pull back throttle a little bit because he's so advanced now. But his skills are just. He doesn't care anymore. He doesn't think about weather's not a factor. It is a factor, but it's not. When you have to deliver the bread, you deliver it.
You're right. And same thing out on the island. We're not stopping I mean, if there's a full-blown hurricane and it's an evacuation, they would shut it down. But until that day comes, we still run. So it doesn't matter right now that out here in the Keys, we're in 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. We still run. This week, I can actually see the weather changing a little bit, and you can actually start to feel a little bit of the coolness. Yeah. But it also brings back the weather. Twice last week, I got myself in a little trouble on the boats. One time, the boat got flipped around with me because a 40 knots of wind just hit me and flipped the boat around. And I didn't fight it, though. I just let it go on the dock the way. And then one of the other boats, the same thing. It was just, you can actually see, it's easy to drive the boat when there's no weather. And we have no thrusters, we don't have anything. But it's not so easy when you start throwing 40 knots of wind at you, because the wind affects, at 40 knots, at 20 knots, it really, I mean, it affects you, but it's not as bad, you know. And then you got to know how to use the gas, the throttles, and get the boat. You want to control the boat. You don't want to let the boat control you, and that's where I'm at in my, you know, the level of skill that I'm at is in any situation almost now. I can I feel pretty confident. It doesn't get the ticker going anymore like it used to. Because it was pretty bad.
Now, don't get me wrong, my ticker's going. I can drive a boat good, but I will never be to that level because I just don't drive the boat enough. So I don't even drive the boat really much anymore. I used to drive it a lot.
But he'll say that, but he's probably, in fair weather, he's as good a captain as anybody.
Oh, yeah.
He can do anything he wants with the boat.
I ain't afraid of it. I can do and I can jump in any boat too, so it's not a big deal to me. But I'm a fair weather driver.
Anyway, so another way that the channel makes money is that I do get referrals, and I do, like, I went and picked up a boat in Fort Myers, took it over to Key West. This month, no, I think it's next month, I have one that goes from, I gotta think of it now. It's somewhere in Miami, about the middle of Miami, and then I'm taking it up to Jacksonville. So that one's coming up, and that's about $1,500 a month. That's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything at the beginning of the year, but it averages out to about $1,500 a month because it doesn't take very many of them, and that number goes up very quickly.
Yeah.
And I like to see that number increase a little, because now as we get more stable here, I do have 3 full days off a week.
Yeah.
Which kind of turns into 4. So I can do a little bit, I can do the 2 or 3 day deliveries, and make a little bit of money.
Yeah, plus I can jump out there too if I have to now, which we couldn't do that before.
That's if we needed a 2-man. A lot of my deliveries are training the captains and stuff like that, so I do enjoy it. And so my whole point to this channel, and then you guys can see us too, we're actually out here, because I really want to take the channel, it's not even the channel, but my life to that 7-figure mark. And how that happens is I couldn't do it, without the YouTube channel and your guys' support and love. You just can't do it, because that extra income goes to making investments. Me and Pete invest in, he doesn't believe in my crypto, but I do. And so I do invest in crypto, but I also diversify. I don't just buy crypto, I buy stocks and stuff like that. And I think in the next year or so, the next couple of years, we'll start buying a little bit of real estate here or there. I don't know where or how that's going to happen, but that's just money that we invest together, and then see it grow, and it'll help us with our living arrangements, because the next step will be, you cannot make the kind of money that we need to get into this Fleming without stepping into that 7-figure category.
Yeah.
But that's going to be one of the things that we're working on down here in the Keys is property management.
Yeah.
Pete does He works on these condos. He's got a little gig going on here, and you can see us staying in this condo right here for the next couple days through the storm. Because A, he's watching the place for them, and B, we're learning what it takes to manage the properties out here and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is we're going to start chartering the boats. We have a few people that are going to bring their boat into the charter system. But we'll start just chartering out our boat, which our boat alone should be able to make, well into the six-figure range just on its own charter. But then when you add a few more boats, the whole package, it will lead up to, I would say not next year, because it's still in a growing stage.
Yeah,
but by the so 2024. We'll still be in that, I think we're going to hit our goal this year too, because I think we had a goal of 250,000 between the two of us.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get very, very close to it, actually.
We might.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very close. And then next year's goal will probably double that, I would think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it would be pretty dang close. And then in that third year, we should be, that's the year that we really need to break out and really hit that 7-figure mark. And I think we can, if we get the charter thing going, I think it's absolutely 100% possible.
Yeah, I see it. It's going in the right direction. So,
yeah. And you can't do it without this YouTube channel. So I want you guys to really understand what having that small niche is all about, and then working that small niche, because once you do that and once you figure that out and once you get focused on that, because all of this, it all ties together. So people want to come down.
It's not one thing. It's 100 little things.
Right? And it's I don't make money off this one little thing or this little thing. I don't need to focus on trying to make $1 million on YouTube. There's people that do
believe
it.
me, when we first started, I had to talk him off the top of the cliff there and try and get him to. But now that he's going in the right direction, everything's just starting to flow now.
Yeah, it clicks. It was clicking before, but I was just so focused
on one thing. He's focused on 100 things, not one thing.
Right, and get it really, really going, and then we have fun with it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And meeting all the people. This week we had a bunch of boats. I think Gary went down and looked at the Bayliner. That one's getting very close. We'll see how this storm goes and stuff like that. The Grand Banks did close. The new owner of that, Jeff, is he's waiting out the storm right now. And as soon as the storm passes, I think he's going to take that over to Panama City. And then there was another boat that came up today that's going under contract. It was the Andrew looking at the Marine Trader. So we'll see how that one goes. I think he might have put that one under contract, and then I'm going to go look at another boat actually today around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon for somebody else, for Larry. And then I think Larry found another boat too. So anyway, I just wanted to, anybody that wants to reach out to me and talk to me for a minute about this, you're welcome to do it. Just leave your comments down below. I'll get back to you as quick as I can. But the whole purpose of this video right here is you've got to get your niche. Nobody can emulate what I've done, I don't think, because it's really tough. There's a lot of videos, there's a lot of work. I probably put well in excess of $150,000 of my own personal money into this channel. Pete's got money in the channel now too, actually.
Yeah.
And so, but it takes a lot, and that's buying the boat. And I can recoup most of it because I can sell Southern Estate for let's say $120,000 if I wanted to. So that counts that money right there. But our boat isn't for sale. I mean, last week we talked about another boat possibility, but we haven't heard anything on that. I don't know when the bid comes up on that, but we'll see what happens. You never know, but. Right now, we have no intentions of selling that boat. We live on it. We live on it very, very comfortably, and we can't replace it even in this market right here. Well, one thing I do want to say, especially for you guys that are watching this that are the boaters, this market is I don't know if it's just the boats are getting better, but the market, I can see the prices are coming down a little bit, and I see the quality of the boats are coming up a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's a really good sign especially for you guys in the buying market, for the boat buying market.
Yeah, but they're either really, really bad or they're good.
Yeah.
So there's not that gray area as much anymore.
It's just like the income levels now. It seems like it's just, it is what it is. You can see the two splitting apart actually.
Yeah.
And same thing with the boats. You can see the good boats are coming up and the bad boats they're just staying down.
Yeah.
So Anyway, guys, peace out. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe.
Yeah, guys.
Share it with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. And we'll let you, I'll do a post or a small video, let you know how we get through the storm here. But it looks like it's,
Yeah.
and you know, one of these little storms, I almost lost my shrimp boat in one of these little storms. So this is not a little storm, but for us it will be, because we're only going to get 40 to 50 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
And it's all about the surge. It's always the surge that
Always
kills
the
us.
surge, yeah.
Pete got it. He lost everything in Katrina.
Yeah.
He had his underwear, his shorts, and a t-shirt.
For 3 weeks, driving around. I'm not sure.
So we know hurricanes. We've been
Yeah.
around them, and
Lost our job, lost our income, lost our
Business.
vehicles, and lost our house all. And so I've been there.
right. We've both been through it all.
Yeah.
We lived in Alabama for years, and we've lost everything, and then we've gained it all back too very
Yeah.
quickly. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys, peace out. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. Do appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.